Hello guys, this is Antonio Talks Politics, and this video is going to be about the French presidential election. It's going to be a quick summary, who's running, what they're running on, and the poll numbers. This is not going to be an opinion piece. I don't do opinion pieces on any sort of subject. I don't want to dive into controversy, so I'm going to stay out of my opinion on the election, and because I do have an opinion, I'm just not going to share it. And so I'm going to stay out of my opinion. That isn't going to be in this video, it won't be in any video, and we also do not know the results yet, so none of this will be the results of the French presidential election. This will be a summary of the current state of the French presidential election. So let's just dive right into it. Let's just dive right into it. Let's not wait that long. Okay. So in my weekly summary, I did mention the French election, but I mentioned it very briefly for about 2 to 3 minutes. It's gonna be about 5 or 6. So this is gonna be pretty much more comprehensive than the other one. Let me just make sure. Yeah, my camera's on. Before I did make a video about this, and 10 minutes later I find out it's all gone because my video was only filming for a minute, so I lost like 9 minutes of content, and I can't make a video of 9 minutes of content. I can't make a video with 90 minutes of content lost because the minute was just the introduction. So let's dive in. So the two front runners right now is Emmanuel Macron. Am I correct? Yes. Emmanuel Macron, who's running against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 other candidates in France. There's only one other person, but he's the front runner right now. There's only one other person who's actually got a good chance of winning, but he's the front runner with 24.5%. Of the vote right now. Well, not the vote, sorry. It's late at night. It's 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. April 22nd. I just feel like putting the date in there. April 22nd? Yes, April 22nd. I just want to make sure. April 22nd is the date. I just want to put the date in there, so if you guys don't know what the date is, you guys forgot to look at, the description and like we're published on whatever date. If you guys forgot to look at that, it's April 22nd, 2017 at roughly 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the results are not in yet, or at least not for Americans. It isn't. We'll hear soon enough from the media. But Macron Emmanuel has 24.5% of 24.5% of the predicted vote. This is all polling. This isn't the actual vote. So that's why I said predicted vote, because this is what they predict he'll get. But there is no proof behind this, so we don't know the actual results until they're in. So I don't say here it's over. It isn't over until it's over. So we don't know. According to this poll, he has 24.5%, right? And there is what was I about to say? There is a what was I about to say? Oh, there is a margin of error in the polls of about 1 to 2.5%. That can range. The polls can be very accurate, and they can be 1.5% off. They can be 0.5% off. They vary hugely, but on average, they're about 1.5% off, or 2.5% off is the official one for the French elections. 2.5%. That's not a lot, but that's still pretty much that's enough that we can assume that this isn't 1,000% accurate. The polling, that this isn't 1,000% accurate, due to the fact that there's going to be a 2.5% margin error. So it's neck and neck. It's neck and neck right now because Marine Le Pen of the Front National, or the National Front, depending on where you're from. If you're from France, you'll say the Front National or the National Front. Or if you're from America, you'll say National Front. She's running for the National Front, or the National. The Front National, I believe, whatever. I'm terrible at foreign languages, so mispronunciating things is my thing. As John Green said, same thing applies to me. I'm terrible at pronouncing things correctly, so that's why I'm probably incorrect in the whole French pronunciation of Front National. I just call them the Front National because they are the National Front. I believe the name I was using is the name of a Quebec political party, but whatever. I'm just gonna call it the Front National. because that's what they initial it as, Front National or the National Front. I'm going to get rid of the naming. I know you guys are getting really bored, like, keep talking about the naming. I'm going to move on from that now and get to whole poll numbers, which is about 23%. So within the margin of error, since the margin of error is 2.5%, we don't know who's going to win, honestly. I know we like to know who's going to win tonight. We don't know, because the margin of error is so close that another poll put them in neck and neck. So, to be honest, we don't know who's going to win tonight. Another poll put them in 23-23. Another poll put them at 24-24. But the latest poll says 24.5% for Emmanuel Macron and 23% for Le Pen. Marine Le Pen of the Front National, National Front. So we don't know how it's going to happen. And also another thing is this poll only had 953 people. So we don't know. We don't know for sure if that's 1,000% accurate. Because say you only have like 953 people out of a country of like, I don't know, 10 million voters roughly, or 20 million voters. That's such a small portion size, you can't really take that as the election result. There's a much larger one conducted, that's pretty much as recent, which is the 18th to the 21st of April, which has 2,823 people, which says that Emmanuel Macron will win by 2%. It says he's at 24.5%, and the poll says she is at 22.5%. And this poll says Marine Le Pen's at 22.5%, and it says that Emmanuel Macron is at 24.5%. So, but the margin is still 0.2.5, so that won't even give us a complete result. That won't even give us a 1,000% accurate result, because even though it's a large sample size, that still isn't that still doesn't take into account the margin of error. If you take into account the margin of error, it's still neck and neck. You know, there are still polls that are published that, like, there's 25% for Emmanuel Macron compared to the 22% for her. That I believe, if that is true, if that's actually the voter demographic, the voter turnout and stuff, then in that case, he would win the election by 3 points. According to this, he would win by 3 points if he got 25% of the vote. But that was issued on April 20th. It's April 21st now, and it's closed well for the margin of error. So we don't know who's going to win. So I'm not going to call it at all. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to call it because I don't know who's going to win. And I'm not going to comment on how I feel about the election. So this isn't me being partial to anyone's side here. I'm not going to call the election because I don't know. I only call an election when I have strong data to suggest that the election is either a lot of the results have come in or the polling so strong in favor of one candidate that it's just not up for the debate. So the election will be held. Now this is just some general info. This is going to be quick. This election will be held. The first will be held on Sunday the 23rd of April, which is tomorrow. Right? So if no candidate carries 50%, the two frontrunners will race against each other in the election. If someone gains 50%, election's over. They get into the French presidency. If there isn't, the two strongest candidates will have a runoff election on May 7th, 2017. And that's what's going to happen in terms of the timing. And then the presidential election will be followed by a legislative election for the National Assembly, which is like the Congress in France or Parliament, depending on where you live. Parliament in the UK and many other Commonwealth countries. Congress in the US and many other presidential democracies. And the presidential and the legislative elections will be held on the 11th and the 18th of June. So, yes. So I'm just looking, see if there's anything else. I can tell you guys. This is just a broad. So let's just go over the two frontrunners, really platforms and what they support. Because if I go through every single candidate, I'll be here for hours. And if you guys really want to know about this election, I will leave links to the different party platforms and stuff. And you guys can look at that. But I'm only going to go over the two frontrunners. So I'm going to go over, first of all, let's begin with the frontrunner. Not including the margin of error, which is Emmanuel Macron. He is running with the, what party is that? That is the En Marche. The En Marche party. is it the En March Party? Sorry, it's the En March Party he's running with, and he's the youngest candidate in the race and is a former economic minister. So apparently he was Minister of the Economy, Industry, and Digital Affairs from 2014 to 2016, and he's running for the party En March, and that is the party slogan, En March. That stands for, I believe, Go Macron, I believe what it stands for. And that's his motto. I don't know what the party's motto is, but that's his motto, or his campaign's motto anyways. He's 39 years old, youngest candidate in the race, and he has described himself as neither left or right. So that means he considers himself a bipartisan candidate, but analysts have predicted that he is considered very, 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 very center-right. So he leans right, but only slightly. So he isn't very strongly right, so that's why they call him center-right. And he is very pro-European. He supports the European Union hugely, and that's his... Apparently he secured support across the political spectrum, and he was able to secure some centrist, a lot of centrist support, and from support across the spectrum. Sorry, I just received a text from someone. I was just looking at that. But anyways, so that is him, and he's been president of the party En March. I believe that's what the party's... I don't know this all naming. This is all complicated, but it's called the En March. He has been president of that party since... When was he president? Since 2016, so about a year ago. Now, the other candidate who's running, or the other front runner, not the other candidate, there were like 10 candidates. Marine Le Pen is the other front runner. Sorry, I keep on saying other candidate running. No, she's the front runner. She is 48 years old, so she isn't extremely young or old. Her slogan is, okay, sorry guys, I was actually correct earlier that the slogan for the Emmanuel Macron campaign is En Marche. It is not the slogan of the party, which is, they don't say what their slogan is. So that's just to tell you guys, his slogan is En Marche. So let me just pull up there. Okay, and Marine Le Pen, you guys will probably already know about her, but just a quick recap. She's running for the Front National, and she has been president of the National Front since 2011, and she's been a member of the European Parliament for northwestern France since 2004. Once again, she was president of the National Front since 2011, and she was a member of the European Parliament for northern West France since 2014. No, 2004. So she's been a member of the European Parliament since 2004 for northwestern France, and she's been president of the National Front since 2011, and her slogan is Marine President. She's a former lawyer. She stood for the National Front in the 2012 election, and she came in with 17.90% of the vote. And she is the daughter of her father who founded the... Sorry, that's just another text coming in. She is the daughter of the original founder of the National Front, Jean-Marie Le Pen. And she ran against her father for the leadership in 2011. She is against the European Union and wants to exit the European Union. She's against it. She wants to hold a referendum immediately, similar to the United Kingdom Independence Party in the United Kingdom. So anyway, she wants to leave the European Union, and she is considered anti-immigration. She supports French sovereignty heavily, and she is considered an anti-immigration candidate by many analysts. She's in favor of tougher borders, and they have also faced judicial inquiries into her party, and her father has been accused of being xenophobic, of being racist, of being anti-Semitic, and then with other things, is what her father's been accused of, and that has gone on to her party, the National Front, which has been accused of being racist, xenophobic, and a lot of other things. So her party's been accused of all that. She's attempted to rebrand her party with somewhat success, but she has not been able to completely rebrand the party from its former image, which was created by her father as a xenophobic, anti-Semitic, really just racist party. So she has been able to rebrand hugely, but she has been able to make success in the area of rebranding. And yeah, that's really it for those two candidates. So I've gone way overboard with the amount of time I spent. And, disclaimer, my opinions are 1,000% out of this video. I don't express my opinions in this video. If they even came out 1% in my language, I am so sorry. I'm not going to express my opinions on the French presidential election. I got an opinion, once again. I'm not going to express it. Too young. I don't want to get into that flame war of anger everyone's facing towards each other. And I'm not going to share my opinion on the French presidential election. But all I'm going to say is, may the best man or woman win. That's all I'm going to say. So that's may the best man or woman win. And I hope that the French people choose a candidate that will work for them. And good luck at the polls, French people. Or at the people of France tonight. And good luck. Bye. Bye.